Hey guys, how are we? Just doing a quick live feed tonight on my birthday. Been an interesting sort of day, but I've got one guest which I will bring on um, very shortly. I think I've got this right.
Yes, you
Hello.
have actually.
finally, I finally
Yeah,
worked it out.
you hit the right button at least.
Yeah, yeah, yes, that's it, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, it's a little bit cold. Other than that,
Uh, yeah, it's about 15 degrees
mm,
outside, so it was a nice warm day for a change. And
yeah, I
so,
think it
yeah,
got to about. Yeah, I think it nearly nudged 20.
I think so, yes. 20 degrees, I think they said
Yeah,
on Channel 7, I think. So,
interesting.
yeah. But yeah, hello to everyone who's watching. I'm not sure who's watching because nothing hasn't come up on my thing.
Hello to all the lurkers out there. We know that there are people that are lurking out there.
There we go. I got that. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's to
um,
show everybody we got no comments.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. I just said to one or two people, I said, I'll go on live for 15 minutes or so because I know it's late. And I actually got stuck in watching, what's the name of the show? I've got the TV running just directly behind my camera.
Mhm.
What do you call it? I'll have to get the name of the show again. Fast and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw
Oh,
on
okay.
Go. So
Okay.
I was sort of watching that, and then
Still happening.
Margie Margie sent me a birthday
Oh,
greeting
great.
on YouTube, and she sent it to me Facebook page, and
Yep. Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
that was quite nice. And she says, "Oh, when are you going to go on live?" And I said, "Oh, probably about 10 minutes or so." And because I did actually say I would be on there, but yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, interesting day. Been pretty quiet today. It's probably one of my quietest birthdays I've
Mm.
had for a long while.
Can't be a
As you
bad
probably
thing.
no, no, that's true. And yeah, no, it's pretty quiet. Nursing a bit of a sore leg at the moment,
Mm.
so I had a bit of a heavy fall on
Oh, no.
Saturday. So yeah,
That's never good.
couldn't really walk very well Saturday. Yesterday rested, and that's
Mhm.
what I did most of today. And so yeah, but and yeah, yeah, not much today, and
Mm.
so it's pretty quiet. And yeah, so obviously everyone else is doing other things at the moment. There's
Yeah, it
no
seems that
chit
way,
chat.
yeah.
Yeah, I know someone who's on live at the moment, and I think the majority of the people who follow me are watching that particular person. I
Oh,
think
okay.
so. Yeah, so it was just by coincidence that particular person was on live. So, but anyway, it's all
Just the
good.
way it happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, what have you been up to?
Oh, nothing that exciting. The weather is a very frustrating beast, I must say.
Yes, yeah, very much so. It's been somewhat warmish for this time of year.
Mm. Yeah. We've had an above
And
average winter and a below average summer. It's a bit weird.
yeah, and I think that's due to the changes of the what do you call it, the linear and
El
lino,
Nino.
or what,
Well,
yeah,
there's El Nino or Nino, and there's La Nina.
lino is the one we had in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's the other one that might be
Yeah, El Ni
starting to
El
come
Ni
into
El
play.
Ni El Nino.
Yeah,
I can get my head
yeah,
around that one.
yeah, yeah. It's a tongue twister, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Uh, But yeah, so yeah, pretty quiet, and not much today, and yeah, just enjoying just relaxing time. So
Mm,
which is quite good, and just as I keep on saying to people, another day in the office.
mm.
And
Yep.
I see you been out flying a little bit or
Yeah.
sightseeing.
Yeah, I was outside seeing. I did get a bit of a bit of a run around Sunset.
Yeah,
I sort of like positioned myself that if it was going to be okay, I could just get it out and rip because I've been out a couple of times to this one area, and every
yeah,
time I get there, it's either that misty rain
yeah,
or it's either windy
yeah,
or other circumstances come up because
yeah.
I've been out there. Went out there yesterday, and there were too many people around, so
Mm,
that was a bugger.
yeah.
Saturday I didn't. Last Thursday I think it was Wednesday and Thursday last week. Went out to exactly the same spot and went, oh bugger. Yeah,
Mm.
it was either windy, rainy, or too many people. Just gotta,
Yeah, yeah. It's
you
usually
just
the
gotta
way, isn't it?
fit it in the right spot.
Yeah,
And I
that's right.
fitted
Yeah,
it in the right spot
yeah,
and carefully worked my way around
yeah,
so there were no people there. I've got the
yeah.
video on my SD card. I'm just gonna. I was actually in the process of downloading it when you not downloading it, but the process of setting up to retrieve the SD card and
Oh, right.
do a little bit
Okay.
of
Yep.
management. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I went out filming on Saturday, as a few YouTubers would notice,
Mm.
and yeah, it was the second last shot I was doing, and it was just after I finished it. Yeah, I took a bit of a tumble, and yeah, and as they say in the classics, the rest is history.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I've had it bandaged up. I'm actually, while I'm talking to you, I'm actually taking the thing off because it's
Mm.
starting to annoy me a bit. But yeah, yeah, it was unexpected, and then yesterday, I got an unexpected phone call from my dad. My mum had
Mm.
a bit of a fall,
Oh no.
and yeah, yes, yeah, and she's copped a fracture in the arm out of that.
Mm.
So yeah, so it wasn't the best thing, but yeah, but and yeah, that's about it I've done really for the last few days.
Mm.
Um, and you've been on a few live shows.
Yeah, I was on Uncle Bill's this afternoon, which was very
Oh,
therapeutic, I must say. Had a couple of really good laughs, so
yeah,
that's
right.
good.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I got bumped up to co-hosting the United States Drone Society. So
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch it, but I
and
did get a
yeah,
notification for it. I
yeah,
think. Yeah.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. to
Uh,
11 and small change.
oh, yep.
And
Yep.
believe
Right.
me, when I was bumped up to co-host, meaning that I had to keep an eye on the chat, and boy, was that going a lot faster than I'd expected.
Oh,
Trying to
okay.
highlight all the comments, yeah, that
Mm.
was a little bit overwhelming, I must say.
Yes, I think sometimes that can be overwhelming.
Well,
I think
considering the
I
fact
know.
that I've done my own, but I didn't have 50 people watching. I think
Yes.
I think I think the best I've ever got was 34. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, right. Okay.
he went
Yeah.
over
Nice.
50. So that
Phew.
was a
It's about that's a big chat, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought I'll just do a quick live. thing. It wasn't going to be anything too special
Yep.
today, and nothing sort of popped out of my mind. I was sort of in two minds to do one, but I thought I'll just do a quick one. Keep the masses happy, as I would
Oh,
say,
definitely.
and
Yep.
didn't really sort of prepare too much for it, actually, to be honest.
Mm.
But yeah, my wife, she's working in Northern Territory at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, so
Be nice weather there.
uh, yeah, she was saying to me it was quite warm out there today, and and I said, yeah, well, it's like that here, 20 degrees here today, so which was quite
Mm.
good. But yeah, and then of course you got another show you got to watch later on, isn't it?
Well, I do Paul Murray, but that's a
Oh yeah,
daily thing. He's on at 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. each day.
yeah.
11 p.m. I might see how I go with that, but 7 a.m. I'll wake up at 6:30 and ready to go.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, yeah,
That
right.
can go from anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours.
Yeah, I noticed on a few ones that you're on over the weekend. I think Justin or
Justin,
Jason,
yeah, Justin went
Justin.
6 hours and 15 minutes.
That'd be like
Because
yeah, that's a bit.
he usually goes between 4.5 and 5,
Phew.
and he
Yeah,
started about 10. Started 10 a.m. our time,
yeah,
and
right.
I looked down yesterday because I had a couple of things to do because I left him a little early. I left him
Yeah,
at
yeah,
about 2, I think, because I had
yeah.
to do a couple of things and thought, I get to 7-Eleven, get a coffee, and look down. Thought, it's about 5 or 10 past 3, and I went, what? He's still on.
Yeah.
And then I went back at about 4 o'clock, and they were saying goodbye. So
Well,
six minutes,
yeah.
6:15 he went
Phew.
for.
So I think I popped. Yeah, I did pop in for a short time,
Yeah.
just to have a look, and yeah, it looked funny.
Mm. They
There's
do. They do.
certain things.
How do we say this? They do get derailed a couple of times.
Yeah, I did.
I
Yeah,
know that when you run out of topics, things get really derailed, as they did on Uncle Bill's earlier today.
no, okay, I didn't see that one. No.
Yeah,
No.
we started off with a few topics, and then it just completely went off the rails.
Yeah, right.
I
Okay.
think we were. I think what were we talking about? I know food's always a good topic. Food
Yeah,
always
yeah.
comes up. I'm trying to think what are we talking about. Oh, I can't remember. But there was
Yeah.
something, and then it just devolved into chaos for
Yeah.
about 15 or 20 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I suppose that's a bit like that, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Well, you got the rest of the week off at the moment. Got obviously you got need to get over my leg scenario,
Mm.
and obviously other personal stuff I've got to sort of take care of.
Mm.
And yeah, so it's going to be a fairly quiet week for me. So
Mm. And
I'll
we've got a
probably,
long weekend coming up, so
oh yes, the King's birthday,
it's the
yes, and
King's birthday now. Yeah,
the King's birthday, yes, no longer
yeah,
the Queen's birthday. It's going
yeah,
to take a while to get used to, isn't it?
yeah. I do occasionally slip up and say the Queen's birthday. What's it? Well,
Yeah,
it's the only thing I've known.
yeah. Well, most of us, I think about probably almost 95% of the population in the Commonwealth would, yeah,
Yeah.
and now we're going to have at least 3 kings
Mm.
over the next probably 100 years.
Yeah.
When you look out, I mean, once Charlie Boy goes, you got William, and then his first son.
Yeah, that's good.
Um, and then whatever kids that William's son has, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll be
William.
definitely going to next century.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I
So,
think William. Yeah, William will make a good king. I'm not a big fan of Harry, but
yeah,
well,
well,
yeah,
yeah,
we'll leave that one alone because we're going to go down the rabbit hole on that one.
yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. Well, look, I think put it this way. Personally, I would like to say William be king, not Charles, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I
the
think
way
they should have gone with
is.
a youth policy instead of topping up with older people.
Yeah, that's right. Because at the end of the day, William's still young. He could be king for at least a good 50 years.
40 or
You know,
41, I
maybe.
think he is.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe
40.
40, 50 odd years. He could be king. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to think.
Um,
I know he was born in 1982, but I'm trying to think. Have we just had it, or is it coming up? Oh well, yeah.
I think it. I think it's coming up. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think it's next month or something like
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
got a feeling there's a July in there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It's July. Yeah, definitely July. Could be early July. I think. So,
Hmm.
but anyway, that's the way it is, isn't it?
Yep.
So, but um, all right. Well, yeah. As I said, mate, it was going to be just a quick one,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I wasn't going. I didn't really have anything prepared for anything.
No, it's
So,
only yeah. As I said, it's only going to be. It's only going to be short. Yeah,
yeah,
not
that's right. Yeah,
not
and
6.5 hours.
no, definitely not. I wouldn't last 6.5 hours to be honest with
Well,
you, mate.
I've done 4 hours and 15, but I
Uh,
had 6 guests at the time.
oh, right. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
definitely
if I
wouldn't.
needed to go to the toilet or somewhere, I would just say, talk amongst yourselves, and it just
Yeah.
devolves from there. Just
Yeah. 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 And then people just hijack.
takes on a mind of its own and a life of its own.
Yes, yeah, most definitely, yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm still thinking about the show. I'm not too sure yet. Obviously, with events happening family wise
Mm,
in the last 24 hours, yeah, I'm sort of like, well, I might be busy.
mm,
Yeah, I may be busy. So I see what happens.
yep.
And if I don't do a show, I might just do something out of the ordinary, maybe every fortnight. Just pop in like now and just say, hey
Yeah.
guys, So we'll see what happens. And I don't want to start something I can't sort of continue on with it, if
Or
you know what I
you
mean.
can find someone show to pop in on, or I think
Yeah, yeah.
Paul Murray would welcome you. So because he just puts the
Yes,
link
yeah,
in the chat. So
yeah, yeah. Well, I'll probably may watch Lloyd tomorrow morning,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and then see how we go. And they're advertising the Ashes
yeah.
on
That'll
Channel
be
Nine.
interesting.
Yeah, well, we play India on Thursday night, I think,
Hmm.
for the Test Championship.
Yep, the chess
Uh,
championship, and then it's the Ashes on the 18th.
yeah, so 6 Test matches basically
Yeah, that'll be
in a
fun.
nutshell. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching a bit of it. So yeah.
Yeah,
All right, then, mate. I'll let you
no
go.
worries.
Thanks for popping in,
Yep, no worries.
and obviously the chat's been very quiet. There's been
Oh,
no one on
the
there.
chat's been going off. We've had thousands of people in there,
Yeah, literally,
thousands of
absolutely,
people lurking.
literally,
Yeah,
millions of people.
yeah.
All right, then, mate. We'll take it
Okay,
easy,
I will.
and I'll probably see you tomorrow morning on
Yep.
Lloyd's
Yeah,
program. More
definitely.
likely. Now you're going to be in your car.
Depends on what the timing is.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, because a few times, I think a few
Yeah.
shows
A
you've
few
been in
times
your
I
car.
just get
Yeah.
stuck halfway
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
where I want to go. So
Yeah. Might do that one day. I'll see how that turns out.
yeah.
Something different. And but anyway. All right, then, mate. Well, have a good night.
Okay.
And whoever's been watching, who's been
Yep.
sitting
Yep.
on the sidelines,
Bye bye, everybody
thank
in the
you very
chat. All the
yeah.
lurkers
And
out there. We know all the lurkers have been. They don't want to show themselves.
no, they don't want to show themselves.
Yeah,
I actually hope this is going live. I
it
think it
is. It
is.
says live. Top
Yeah,
left-hand
yeah.
corner,
I
live.
did see the thing up
Yeah,
here
yeah,
on there. But yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah. All right, then, mate. You take it easy.
yeah.
And
Okay.
to everyone, I'll catch up with you soon, guys.
Yep,
All
no
right, then.
worries.
All right, mate.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.